Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review episode number 210. Yes, I was supposed to do this 3 days ago, but it just kept getting so late. And that's the reason why that this took so long. That's the honesty about this. Now, this episode adapts a little bit of chapter 45. Roughly 3 pages of it. I'm not kidding about that. It is roughly 3 pages. It's pages 6 through 8. Yeah, it's a scene that happens pretty much at the start of the episode, per se. Yep. Well, we start off with Code. Yes, Code. Where he's watching Ten Tails, and he basically is dying of boredom. He gets contacted by Joggin, and of course, Joggin, he mentions about. They chat for a bit. Delta mentions that Baro's dead. Yeah, Delta's here. She actually was not in this portion of the chapter. Nope, she was not here at all. As a matter of fact, she was actually not in the actual chapter itself. Nope. And then, of course, she is ordered to basically take out Baro's cult, because Baro's not around, so why keep his cult around? Obviously. And then we switch to the Hidden Leaf Village, where we're in Naruto's office with Shikamaru, who's standing next to him, who's his advisor, and he's talking to Konohamaru and Sai, where Konohamaru just got out of the hospital. He'd just been discharged, and he wants to go back to work. I'm like, that's pretty nice of him to do. So, basically, they need to find some more clues about Kara, so why not go visit Baro's cult? And go undercover. But the thing is, they can't exactly go through a lot, they had to go through a lot of red tape, but the thing is, they went undercover. Just two of them. It was basically like an official elite mission. They had to basically go through a lot of red tape because it's outside jurisdiction of the 5 great nations. So they go there. Yep, they go there in disguise. Now, in the case of Konohamaru, he actually still has Ninja Headband. Sai, as far as I could tell for him, he hasn't worn Ninja Headband since the Shippuden series. That's one thing I've noticed though. Like, anybody who was in Naruto and Shippuden, at this point, nobody's wearing Ninja Headband anymore. I think the only one who still is Kakashi. Yeah, he's the only one who actually is. And it's big Kakashi actually in next week's episode, by the way. Yep. So, pretty much, like, they go to his cult, and here's the thing. This is complete anime original stuff. Where, like, with the exception of the Kara scene, like, I would say about 99% of this episode is complete anime original stuff. So, they go to Baro's cult, and of course, they meet with this woman named Ansi, I think her name is, where it mentions that her brother basically is one of the chose people. And of course, hasn't heard back from him in like 3 years. So, they say, oh yeah, we want to meet Baro's like, okay, well, he's not here, so I'll take you to see our 2 top leaders. Okay. So they chat with them for a bit. And of course, Baro will be back shortly. Of course, they don't know at this point that he's dead. Of course. And the way that, well, just speaking about the infinite Tatsugumi, yeah. As a viewer, I know exactly what that is. And so does Sai and Konohamaru. They know exactly what that is. It's basically a mass hallucination where, yeah, it's pretty much a mass hallucination, and pretty much people are just used as food for the divine tree. So they see that the cult basically seems like a very, very much like a okay environment. Like, nothing really wrong here. And of course, they talk to them when they met at the gate. They meet a woman named Inori, who is their attendant. I believe this is her own. I think she may appear in one episode. The cult itself, I'll get to that later. But this cult does not get much development in the series. So basically, I chat with her while by her brother, and then later on they decide to inform the guy who was there, the chief guy there, that Baro was dead. Well, there was warned her rumor, and of course he tries to contact Baro. He goes into his office. Yes, goes into his office, because of course he's got one. Pulls back a book, and look, we have a hidden room. Typical standard bad guy stuff. I love hidden rooms like this. It's always so cool. And it turns out, yeah, scientific ninja tool, and of course look at Book of Records. And Sai looks and like, oh no. And of course, Konohamaru looks at it too. He actually keeps the Book of Records. And they keep the book the whole time. And of course, he runs out. His name is Tazumi. And he runs out, basically, he's like scared stiff. And of course, then of course the cult figures out that they feel that Baro has been deceiving them. And then they tell him that, Anari, that her brother is dead. Of course, she's sad about it. And then they tell him the more shocking news: Baro's dead. Yeah, he's been dead for like 2 episodes. And apparently this cult knew nothing about the fact that, not only the fact that that Baro deceived them, but the fact he lied to him. Of course, the guy who looks like their version of the Pope. Like, my gosh. The guy is completely full of himself. Like, oh, Baro's our savior. He tried to murder you just to basically join his side. And this guy is a complete idiot. And then Delta shows up and basically vaporizes the place. Now, only like a small, and of course, with the place collapsing, does anyone escape? Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, a small number of these people actually do escape. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a small number of them do escape. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a small number of them do escape. But like I would say a good chunk of them was some of this room, which looks like the same room that Baro was using for his speeches that he spoke like several episodes back, get completely vaporized by Delta's like laser beams. And of course, Anori herself, Akinori, she actually does survive. As in the case of basically some other people, it's almost like this was kind of a bit of a rushed episode. It's almost like maybe this initially was planned to be like a 2-parter, maybe, but they decided to rush it because they're trying to get back to basically, they're trying to get to a very important episode. Which one, you might ask? Well, the episode happening 2 episodes from now. Yes, my guess is that maybe this is playing a bit longer, but it felt a bit rushed. That's basically the problem with the episode. It felt a bit rushed. Like, it had good pace with it, and then like the last like 5 minutes, they had to rush to the end because they're going to go something else next week. Mm-hmm. It's an okay episode, but it feels rushed. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next review, which will be Mr. Ash's Dragon Maid. Okay, see you next video. Bye.